What's going on, my Cardano friends? It is your Cardano friend Jack, and in today's video we're going to be going over an NFT project that I have personally put about $10,000 into. Now, when I say that, I'm not telling you to go buy this. I'm not saying I'm a financial analyst, and this is for sure classified as gambling in a sense, but in today's video I want to go over the project. I did put a lot of money into it, and we are going to cover it. I'm going to show you what I have of my holdings, and I also want to mention that I really like the team and I really like what's going on with this project. And if any project in the Cardano NFT space is going to deliver on what they're promising, I think Mocossi Planet has some very good odds to do so. AKA, that's the reason that I put money into it, because I do want the money that I put into it to go up. It's an investment. Now, let's get into the video. Now, before I come and show you what I've bought and what I've gotten, I want to explain what Mocossi Planet is. That's pretty important. Essentially, Mocossi Planet is trying to build a game, a metaverse-like game where you can bring virtual pets and do all type of things that you could do in a virtual pet game. Feed them, make them happy, breed them, that type of things. And they're also doing it in a 3D environment, which to me is very promising and has play-to-earn features, which is also very entertaining to a lot of people in the crypto space, which is why I think it could be a major investment opportunity for myself. Now, this is risky as ever. This is probably one of the riskiest type of things you can do, but to me, I'm 20, I have a lot of reasons I can take on risk, and I also am semi-addicted to gambling. Now, I'm not telling you to buy these, okay? I'm not saying what to do. I'm not a financial analyst, so please, please, please don't invest money you can't afford to lose. Number one rule, don't invest money you cannot afford to lose. Now, what is Mocossi past these NFTs, past a game? How do you get your hands? How do you participate? Well, first things first, we have ITOs, which are Genesis collection, the Genesis collection of the Mocossi NFT series. This is the original. This is the only one right now that's out, 10,000 of them. And these can be used for a number of benefits, like enjoying early access to their game. You own the unique original ones. You can generate more of them through breeding, and each one is limited to how much they can breed. You can receive the tokens, and this is what I'm going to really dive into in my investment standpoint. I do like everything going on with the NFT, but I think this tokens part, I really want to dive into and show you why I think this could be a huge opportunity for people who hold Mocossis and also feed a lot of hopium. So keep that in mind. This is biased. This is best case scenario, and we have to keep these things in mind. They're not always realistic expectations, but there is chance of something crazy happening, that is token price appreciation, and also being airdropped those tokens for free while still holding the NFTs. You have some compounding investment opportunities there, which I like to see, and I'm kind of addicted to in many other projects that have this feature as well. Now, you can also, by holding one of these original NFTs, and right now, before we go any further, these are 260 ADA each. They were 38 at a mint, I believe, or 35, and they are 260 ADA each. I bought pretty much all of mine between 200 ADA and 250 ADA. I have 40 of these, okay? Most of these are not very rare. I have one or two semi-rare ones, but most of them are pretty common in terms of traits and, you know, how much they'd sell for. They're called floors, meaning they're kind of the bottom of the barrel. Now, that being said, I have 40 of them. That cost me around 8,000 ADA. At the time, it was around $10,000 to $12,000 US. Now it is obviously not worth that much, but the floor has stayed here. Not sure if the floor will stay here because they are releasing on the 16th of March a breeding game. So as I mentioned, you can generate more. I'm going to show you the breeding game testnet in a second here, and we're going to go over the roadmap. But I do want to highlight that they have a white paper. They have a lot of information here. And on their website in general, if you want to explore, they have tons of news, tons of updates, newsletters, and as well as Discord updates pretty much, you know, on the daily, announcements, AMAs. They have a lot of activity going on, which is something I want to mention that most projects don't have going for them. This is a fairly big team. They have been very transparent about outsourcing their work to a specific game studio. They are, to me, a pretty legit project. When they started off, I thought, hey, these guys are being Yummy Universe clones, but to be honest, they have done a ton of work and have done a lot in terms of development, which has really impressed me overall. And I want to show you some of that right now with the breeding testnet. So for the breeding testnet, this is essentially if I had these normal ITO ones or Genesis Mocossis in my wallet. This is testnet. This isn't real. This is going to be real soon. But you can go ahead and you'd find two you want to breed together. There's a 60% chance that you get traits from the parents and a 40% chance you get traits that aren't from the parents when you breed. There's also like a 0.1% chance or something less to get a legendary Mocossi from your breed, which is really rare, obviously, and would be really good in many ways. Also, there is a 7-hour cooldown on the testnet, but on the day version or on the actual version, it's going to be 7 days per breed. So once you breed one, you can click the other one. We got a lot of donuts here. We're also going to want this guy. We're going to breed them together. It costs 41 ADA because this is the 6th time they're being bred. And this will go up as you breed more. The first breed, I believe, is 20 ADA, and it goes up about 2 ADA each time. So it does go up quite quickly. And keep in mind, you can only breed each one 10 times. So if you're holding them in your wallet, there's not really a big rush, as no one else is going to be able to use up your breeds so long as you're the person owning them. And who knows, maybe you could sell them for more if they have a lot of breeds remaining. That might be a factor that drives the secondaries market after this breeding game is released and people are looking to breed them for themselves. Or maybe the market crashes and everyone's breeding, so they're getting rid of their main ones because they already bred out and they want to buy more. Who knows? It's hard to tell. We're not going to speculate on that, but I do want to show you what the result is. We're going to click breed. It's going to take some time. We're going to have to wait a bit. We're going to have to sign the transaction and we're going to go through with it. And then after we sign this transaction, it is going to show you hatching in progress. And it looks pretty weird because I have it zoomed in a bit here. But it is going to hatch. It's going to take a minute for the transaction to go through in the testnet. And then it's going to show up here. And we're going to be able to see what type of Generation 2 ITO we've gotten from this breeding. So our hatch just completed. It only took about 20 seconds on testnet, and we now have this NFT in our wallet. We can go check, but it looks pretty awesome. I think it's hilarious. I really like this. To be honest, the testnet is super smooth, and if any project has a testnet, they have something like this out there, and it's this high quality. It does give me a lot of reassurance that, hey, this team is focused on delivering something quality. They're not just here to come in and grab some ADA with a public sale. They are doing things the right way, and that to me means a ton, especially in crypto where things are so hit or miss and so much, money grabs and rug pulls. This to me gives me a lot more confidence in the team, and especially after hearing them and hearing of them through their AMAs and through their shows on or appearances on other live streams like the Cycler one. There's a lot to go off of to say that this team does care a lot about the project and they want to continue developing something meaningful and lasting in the space. AKA, they're not just here to make themselves rich and leave. They are here to build something that will benefit early investors, as far as I can tell. Also keep in mind, these NFTs that we're breeding here and the original ones will have redeemable in-game versions for the pet game. And you can read about that here in their white paper if you want to know more about it. It's still very ongoing. The breeding is what they're being focused on right now. But there's also a Planet game too, which you can utilize as NFTs or the in-game versions of those NFTs with. So that is really promising as well. Now, regarding the token, there is a play to earn mechanism, and this is going to allow you to earn the token. With any play to earn system, if the game is a success, and that is asking a lot to be fair, but this team does seem quite invested, and if any Cardano team is going to pull it off, I think Mocossi has a pretty good chance of doing it. Now, with this play to earn aspect, and also the project token that would be worth real life money, most likely, because it has in-game utility, and it has the ability to boost your character's progress further. That being said, if we have this token, which you can play, stake, participate, and lease on their economy or the economy with of the Mocossi Planet, it's going to have real world value. And if it's anything like other drops, whether it be Axie token or others, just owning these original NFTs, these ones here, entitles you and also the bread ones to airdrops of the token. That's where most of my investment speculation has come from. That's where my gamble is. If the token is worth anything substantial, I have 40 NFTs that will be yielding me a lot of them that I can stake to earn more with and play the game with. Also, the initial airdrop could be worth quite a bit of money. If we go look at Pavia on MusliSwap, we can go and see that the market cap is quite high, 31 million ADA. People got airdropped, thousands of Pavia just for owning plots and made thousands of dollars without selling their actual NFTs, but just the token. So there's a lot of things like that going on here. I think, or my hope is that with this $10,000 investment of 40 NFTs, that the token that I get, Mocossi, the airdrop alone, would pay that off. Now, am I going to sell it immediately if it does? No, probably not. Because if I believe in a project, I'm going to hold it for quite some time and probably have a hard time selling it, like my dead pixels. I don't see a future near where I sell any of my dead pixels. It just doesn't seem right when I still believe in the project, has big things coming long term. Now, the famous thing to do when looking at a play-to-earn game is to compare it to the almighty play-to-earn game Axie Infinity and see that their token's worth $46, or rather has a market cap of $12 billion. Sorry, $3 billion. That's a fully diluted. $3 billion is still a lot of money, though. And if any of the play-to-earn ones on Cardano, the play-to-earn games on Cardano, or Cardano gets more mass adoption, aka more people in Cardano, more people on the games on Cardano, if any of them get a lot of traction, even 1/20th, 1/30th, 1/40th of this, the early investors would definitely be rewarded heavily, which is my hopes. It's always a hopeful event, a lot of hopium going around. But I do think that seizing this market cap, because there is a lot of people who do play these games from other parts of the world where they can actually make a living off of playing games like this, farming the token and then selling it on the aftermarket or to someone else. There's a lot of opportunity here. And to be honest, I'm just dipping my toes in some of the potential winners of the Cardano ecosystem and the play-to-earn ecosystem in Cardano. Something that is also very interesting to me is that the team has sneak peeked some land parcels that will be NFTs for the game. I'm not sure exactly how they're being integrated. I'm not sure if they're going to sell 100,000 plots. I'm not sure the ADA price of each one. I know they will be customizable, or I believe so. And also, people who own these NFTs will get the token airdrop, which is my main interest. And people who hold the original NFTs, the Genesis, Mocossis, and the second edition ITOs, the bread ones, will also get priority on these sales. I will also mention this. I don't think the team is going to just do this haphazardly. I don't think they're just going to send out NFTs or land sales to make a bunch of money. From what I've seen, the team is very conscious of the effects of just dumping NFTs on the market. And there's a reason that they're taking things slow, and they are teasing this, yes, but they aren't saying too much about it because they know, or at least I think they know, the repercussions that having too much supply and not enough demand can have on a project's life cycle. And it seems like the team is taking these things into account and is not just looking to make money right away. Now, I really quick want to go over the vision, mission, and roadmap of MykiPlanet, because I think this is some of the most important things for long term, and also be interested in how their stakeholders are taking share. And that is part of the mission. We are committed to serving and enhancing the benefits of our stakeholders. We do this by providing a creative and enjoyable gaming experience to players and by creating protocols that allow all members to be involved in the development process while keeping in mind that MykiPlanet is a play-to-earn game by community and for the community. Now, a lot of that is some jargon that maybe they made up, but to me, from their actions, what I can see, they are staying true to a lot of this. Weekly AMAs, and also plans on a full community governance down the line. There's a lot of money to be made here for not only the people making the project, but also the people involved early, as far as I can tell. Now, keep in mind, I'm a guy in my mom's basement. I'm an idiot most of the time. What do I know? Now, what's been done so far in terms of a roadmap? Well, they have originally, done the ideas and concepts for the planet. They've formed their team, yada, yada. They've developed a website. They've marketed their project. They sold the original 10,000 NFTs. They've introduced the concept of MykiPlanet. And now they've done their white paper releases, which have a lot of information straightforward and can get you caught up on everything related to the project and what they're about pretty quickly. Now, what's in progress? Right now, we have a lot of things in progress for Mocossi. And in 4 days, we're going to have the breeding game on mainnet where you can breed, as I showed you earlier, and also see your history, your inventory, all that type of stuff in a nice window, and get going on making some cool NFTs with your existing NFTs that will also net you more of their native token for their ecosystem. So this isn't free. This will cost ADA, but to me, it's still really impressive to see how much the team has done in a short amount of time compared to a lot of other projects who are kind of still in the water and not doing too much. And Mocossi is doing a lot, even though the crypto markets and everything else is quite dreadful. So in progress right now, other than the breeding game, and that is really soon, is land and house concept, as I showed you earlier. Game character prototype introduction. I believe that is the 3D type of things. I'll show you a little trailer about that in a second. The website redesign. The website already looks really good. Breeding UI, which looks to me like it's already done. Tokenomics release, which to me is really important. That's how I'm going to figure out, hey, how much of their MCOS token do I need to break even on my investment, and how much do I need to, make $1 million so I can buy a house and get out of my mom's basement. That's why I really am excited for the tokenomics, to see total supply and how they are developing them among the team. Right now, I'm kind of shooting in the dark, hoping the tokenomics are good and benefit stakeholders and they're not just 50% team, but we're going to see how that works going forward this quarter of 2022. Now, launching a breeding game is coming March 16th, as I mentioned, along with an encyclopedia for everything related to the breeding. After that, what has not been started yet, but is going to be started very soon, as most of these items are pretty much done, it seems, is the token pre-sale, new character announcements. Not sure what that's going to be, but it sounds really interesting. The token airdrops, which I'm really looking forward to. That's where we're going to see if it paid off, or if it has paid off immediately, or if I have to wait some time for the token value to go up, likely the latter. And then we're going to have a public sale for the token, a playable game demo. This is phase 2. So in the white paper, there's multiple phases. It's going to be the pet game phase, I believe. And then we also have in 2022 quarter 2, the second phase of the game, and then the launch of the in-house marketplace for all Mocossi related things, the Mocossi token. I'm not sure if this includes renting or loaning yet, but we'll see. To me, this is probably going to be pretty big for tying things together. Then we have phase 3 of the game this year, quarter 3. So things are planned to go pretty quickly here in 2022. Then first annual NFT releases, not sure what that is. Staking for the MCOS token. This will likely help boost the appreciation or the price of the MCOS token, in my eyes, depending on how the games work, phase 2 and 3. And then a game leaderboard launch. And finally, in 2022, planned governance. So that's going to be pretty important. That is likely. And we're going to see what's to come after this, but really good roadmap so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing. 2 more things I want to mention before we go is that they have quite the large team of people for MykiPlanet, and also they have shown that this team is putting in work with what has been developed so far so quickly, and also constant updates in an organized manner of a project. I do believe that this team is doing really good stuff. I think a lot of them are doxed. I'm not 100% sure. I know some of them are doxed. They have LinkedIns, they have other things. These things can be fabricated, yes, and people who are doxed also can, screw you over in a project. But in terms of action and in terms of things that have happened and in terms of experience, from what I can read here, from what I can see on LinkedIn and Twitter, I do like everything about this team. There's no major red flags. There's red flags everywhere, to be honest, on any project, but usually you don't see them till after. However, I do think that from what they've done so far, that I'm liking the fact that they have, 10 team members on board to push this game into new heights. And they've also been getting help from a third-party game studio. Lastly, I want to show you the trailer that's 20 seconds for the breeding game. And I know these things are not the end of the world of importance, but to me, this was really interesting to watch. And it's a good way to end the video. So let's take a peek. So yeah, that's the trailer. It's fun, it's cute. It definitely could bring in some more eyes to the project. And with this level of quality, I do think that overall the project is looking strong. From everything I can see, I am not worried about my $10,000 investments going down or up. To me, I'm just going to wait and see what the team has to offer and build going forward. If my 10,000 were to go to zero and all the NFTs were to be worth nothing tomorrow, it would be okay. I'd be okay. Maybe I'd be a bit bummed out, but if you can't say the same thing, please be careful with what you're doing. More risk does usually equal a higher chance of higher, outstanding reward, but there's always caveats to every single thing that is mentioned between risk, reward, and gambling on projects that might do well or might not. So please still be careful with what you're doing with your money. As uncertain as everything is in the world right now, there is one certainty, and that is that you have the choice of what you do with your money, and you got to make your own decisions. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you found it useful. If you did, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the like button. And also, if you want to earn passive ADA on your ADA and you don't want to spend it all on NFTs, you can stake with the Jack stake pool. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.